Tensions between India and Canada have reached new heights with tit-for-tat diplomatic expulsions. And New Delhi has rejected what it calls an absurd allegation that its agents were behind the killing of a Sikh leader on Canadian soil. India has given senior Canadian diplomat Cameron MacKay 5 days to leave the country. This expulsion comes a few hours after Ottawa expelled Indian diplomat Pavan Kumar Rai, the head of its Foreign Intelligence Agency operations in Canada. The tensions between the two nations escalated after Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced that the country was investigating a possible connection between the killing of Sikh separatist leader Hardeep Singh and the Indian government. India had previously described him as a terrorist.
Une des choses qui est fondamentale présentement, alors qu'on vit une crise internationale de sécurité, on le sait, c'est le respect de la souveraineté des États. Et pour nous, on voit ça comme une potentielle violation inacceptable de notre propre souveraineté, et c'est pourquoi le Canada en fait un point de principe.
Australia and the United States have expressed deep concern over these allegations. The United Kingdom says that it's also in close touch with its Canadian partners on the situation. The dispute centres around the Sikh independence or Khalistan movement, who are seeking to create a separate homeland. India has repeatedly asked countries, including Canada, Australia and the UK, to take legal action against activists among the Sikh diaspora. For more, Ishan Garg joins us. He's live in New Delhi. Ishan, tensions between India and Canada, they have been brewing for a while now, but this is the first time that Canada's actually openly accused India of meddling in a specific issue like this. Now, where does this leave bilateral ties?
Well, this incident has raised several questions about where this tie is going to go, because India and Canada have traditionally been long-standing allies with very deep partnerships and very deep ties that include ties between the massive diaspora communities that India has in Canada for decades now. This has also thrown up questions about what's going to happen in terms of diplomatic missions between the two countries, because the diplomats who have been expelled by the two countries respectively, they will need to be replaced, and several policy analysts say that when a question comes in front of these two governments about the other person who's coming in to replace these two diplomats who have been expelled from Canada and from India, it could trigger another flashpoint, diplomatically speaking, between the two countries. It will remain to be seen if the new person who comes in, if they are approved by these two countries or not, which means that the diplomatic tensions between the two countries are not far from over. This has also meant that the economic ties between the two countries, they have also, questions are being raised about them also being exposed to suffering in the next few years, because the Canadian pension funds have wanted to invest up to $300 billion in India. They have already invested close to $3 or $4 billion here. And now with the ties between the two countries getting strained, it remains to be seen if those investments, those economic ties are going to go ahead or not.
Ishan, this issue has caught the attention and the concern of a number of countries, and particularly those that have large Sikh populations, like the United States, the United Kingdom, Australia as well. What are the diplomatic implications going to be for India on the world stage because of this?
Well, because of these allegations, which are very serious in nature, India's image is likely to take a hit. But policy experts are saying that we should be clear about the fact that the Canadian government has said that it has found allegations against Indian players, and this is not evidence that has been presented in a court, and a court ruling will have to come down the line to prove that India was indeed involved in this. But the allegation is enough enough to tarnish India's image on the global stage. We're already seeing many comments coming in from foreign policy experts in Canada likening this incident to the killing of the Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. They are saying that this is a similar kind of incident, but at the same time, people in India, including policy experts, the opposition party leaders, are saying that this is irresponsible on the part of the Canadian government to bring out an allegation like this in the open before trying to solve this through diplomatic channels. But what's also at stake here is how the Sikh communities worldwide in different countries, including Canada, UK and Australia, feel about this. Many leaders across different countries, several MPs have said that they are finding that their Sikh constituents have become unnerved after hearing these reports. So that's another concern, that these different countries where the Sikh communities are, as well as the Indian government, will have to ensure them about their safety as well.
Ishan, thank you for that. Ishan Garg there reporting for us live in New Delhi.